It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chiefs and the Hawks on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best.
I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And we are underway in the final game of a busy Sunday. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Herbert to throw right away. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Oh, look at the juke. Shedding through the defense. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Richardson back to throw it. Catch made here by Campbell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 60 yards.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Now it's Richardson. Back to the same target, Campbell. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. The Seahawks had 8 and 5 to start play. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Richardson. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. 7 yards there and a first down. Richardson looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Richardson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we get a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 5. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this one too low. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
37-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down, Seattle.
Off play action. Richardson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
First down, Seahawks.
On first down, Richardson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Herbert off of play action. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And just shutting him off there. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Play action. Now Richardson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Warner. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Richardson off the play fake. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Richardson to throw off play action. He finds his man complete. It's Oliver. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Richardson working from the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And his pass incomplete.
And he's missed now at his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Trayvon Walker, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Herbert has it knocked free. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chiefs, nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Nice move on the play, but he will be brought down shy of the 15. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Richardson, flush to his right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, here's Abanikanda. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Warner. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Richardson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with it. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Here's Presley Harvin now. A strong running. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Richardson now from the gun on 3rd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
57-yard attempt.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27 to go to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
2nd and 9. Now Richardson back to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Richardson. That is caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Now it's Richardson.
And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. The Seahawks send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Herbert.
That one complete. It's tanked down.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Herbert. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Nothing in that 1st half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Herbert now.
That is caught by Dell.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Play action. It's Herbert. Eluding the pressure. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Richardson now on 2nd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He finds his man, complete. It's Oliver. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
KC's offense ready to take over.
They really try losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard. 18-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Richardson.
And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
10 more there and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. This 2nd and 4.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Let's take it in by downs.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now it's Herbert.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Again, Herbert. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 148 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on 1st down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Herbert on 1st down now. Got his man, Dell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Here's Herbert. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Herbert operating from the red zone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Herbert back to the air. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
DeMarvion Overshown, his second sack of the night.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock has run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Seahawks, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.